Hey there, awesome internet fam. Welcome back to another One Punch Man World video. Since the game launched on the January 31st, 2024, we've been on a roller coaster of events. And let me tell you, it's been quite a ride. Some ups, some downs, but all part of the fun. We kicked things off with the Silver Fang banner, and well, it stirred up quite a buzz as it is using the gold currency. People had their opinions, and hey, that's what makes our gaming community so vibrant. Some thought the game was being a bit biased towards the new players, and there were talks about the lack of daily farming for World Silver. But hey, that's just the beginning. Next up, we had the Terrble Tornado banner, shaking things up even more. And now, the latest banner is with the Saitama Dream World banner. We too had the Valentine Day event, which varied slightly differently across the different region server. As I'm talking to you now, the anticipation is building for the next banner in a few days' time, and all signs point to the Atomic Samurai, or Amai Mask, making their grand entrance. The game files spill the beans, and it's got us all on the edge of our seats. Oh, and let's not forget Genus Arms mode. We've got a sneak peek. His name is in the game files, and that's about all we've got for now. He does not have any summon cinematics, unlike the other two in game files yet. So buckle up, my fellow gamers, because the One Punch Man world journey is only getting started, and I can't wait to dive into it with all of you. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride, and stay tuned or subscribe for more exciting updates. I wanted to take a moment to share something special with you. Today I'm seizing the opportunity to spill the beans on my go-to build that's been rocking the disaster simulation battle as of February 19th. Let's get into the nitty-gritty details of this winning strategy. It's essential to acknowledge the fact that each one of us embarks on the One Punch Man journey with unique and different circumstances. Our time commitments, financial statuses, and varied levels of dedication play a significant role. Some are breezing through Tier 15 memories, while others are gradually catching up. But fear not, because no matter your individual gaming path, I'm here to guide you with a game-changing strategy. Now, the content I'm sharing in this video leans a bit towards the end game, but trust me, it's the kind of knowledge that will become your ultimate asset once you reach that stage. Consider it your long-term gaming insurance, the pro tips that will set you up for success down the road. So, even if you're not quite there yet, stick around because this is the wisdom that will pay off big time in the future of your One Punch Man world journey. Picture this: the disaster simulation battle, where the enemy's power level hits a whopping 80k. Test 1 kicks off at 59k, and it's a gradual climb, a roller coaster of challenges until you reach Test 12 with Carnage Kabuto, towering at 81k power level. This is first unlocked once you reached Team Level 65. There's a shit ton of rewards, from credit to World Silver, ending off with a Level 3 will. Now, the team I used to conquer this formidable foe was at a 63k power level. But here's the scoop. If your power level falls below that, you might find yourself facing a bit more trouble collecting all those precious stars. First up, we have Maragori sitting at 59k power level. The first thing you should look at is the star level challenge, which for these 12 test stages, they are all the same. You might be wondering why there is a duplicate of winning the battle within 3 minutes. How it actually works is that the first line is meant for first 3 minutes, while the second line is for the 4th to the 6th minute. The monster info does not really apply for my case, but it is good to know the status infliction done by the boss on your team, and which character type it is weaker against. The stage requirement is the next most important thing. Generally, for stage requirement with broken composure, it means that it will be harder to chip away the boss's health, so long as his composure is not broken. In that case, it is recommended to bring units that have high composure reduction stat. If you feel that composure reduction stat is not high enough, you may use Arm Skill, which provide for composure reduction. Once the composure is broken, the boss will take bigger damage. So do conserve your time and your ultimate properly. Next up in Test 2, we have this Turtle Lizard, which has an invulnerability state super armor. In this battle mode, we must always manually collect the disaster nuclei first, before attacking the boss, as the boss will not be taking any damage, so long as one disaster nuclei remain on the battlefield. Upon all collection, pure power play will then beat this stage easily. In Test 3, we have the Skibidi Toilet Monster holding a plunger which has the super armor mechanic. Essentially, this means that the boss will take little damage until his composure is broken. Once his composure is broken, you will be able to deal the usual damage numbers that you are familiar with. In this case, you might want to stack up on Composure Reduction Team if you are having troubles breaking his composure. Personally, I do not have any trouble with this stage at all. In Test 4, we have Super Custom Y0649Z Mark II from the anime Season 1. As short of his appearance in the anime, there is nothing much on this car monster. Essentially, the boss will keep regenerating health, and you just have to out-DPS it. The regeneration will stop once his composure is broken. In Test 5, Hammerhead, the former leader of the Paradisers, will be immune to damage so long as there are other minions on the battlefield. The strategy here is to clear the minion waves ASAP and to beat the boss as per normal. Do note that so long as one minion is standing in the battlefield, Hammerhead will not be taking any damage. In Test 6, Konbu Infinity will summon another monster once it is at 50% health. To beat this stage, all you have to do is to ensure that you beat both the boss and the summoned monster to clear it. In Test 7, this stage should be your next stumbling block, to clear in under 3 minutes. The Ancient Lizard King proves to be a formidable foe. While Composure Reduction is a no-brainer, I strongly suggest to use an armed skill at Composure Reduction, 90 seconds, that trigger twice. This make up to 3 minutes. You should have one unit with Composure Reduction armed skill. Example Sonic SR arms. Do be aware that under Composure Broken State, you might encounter weird issues with your ultimate landing on him if you did not break his tail. If you intend to use ultimate on him during Composure Broken State, I suggest to stand in front of him. Good job on getting to this far into the video. That covers all the mechanics one should know for this series of 12 fights. Now that you have understood the mechanics, the subsequent stages are as follow. In Test 8, Awakened Vaccine Man is a harder version of Test 2 mechanic, where you have to collect all the disaster nuclei before Vaccine Man can take damage. You should do fine using range attack heroes. In Test 9, Lord of Mountains is a harder version of Test 6 mechanic, where another monster will be summoned at half health, and you have to take them both out to clear the stage. There will be many lightning bolts flying around, so do your best to avoid them. A healer arm skill is favorable here. In Test 10, Sky King is a harder version of Test 4 mechanics, where Sky King will continuously restore HP. You will need tons of DPS and some composure reduction to stop its health from regenerating. In Test 11, Pluton, King of the Underworld, is a harder version of Test 5 mechanic, where the minions summoned are subterraneans, and the Pluton will only take damage once the minions are gone. This is probably the next big stumbling block after the Ancient Lizard King. I do have a Silverfang vs. Pluton video on this channel. When I first started out in the game, do check that out if you want to master Pluton's moveset. Smiley face. This stage is pretty difficult unless you really master his moveset. Lucky for me, I was 1 second shy of exceeding 3 minutes mark for this fight. In Test 12, Carnage Kabuto Asura Mode Do is the last stage, which is the harder version of Test 6 mechanic once more, where another monster will be summoned at half health, and you have to take them both out to clear the stage. This stage is particularly hard to clear under 3 minutes, and you will probably use multiple tries before passing. The reason is that Armored Gorilla will be summoned, and the trick I used is to bring both Kabuto and Gorilla close together, soaking their damage while Silverfang heals and spamming Tatsumaki skill 3, and charged attack concurrently. By the way, here's the moment you all are more interested. This is the team that I'm using if you are interested. Feel free to pause to see their stats. Here are some sets that I recommend for composure reduction teams. I prefer to set main stat as composure reduction and using the arms skill for it. For the case of Sonic, his SR arms skill provides for 90 seconds of composure reduction stats to the entire team. Essentially, using this twice at 90 seconds interval will be 3 minutes. Do note, the AI will automatically use his skill, so you do not have to worry about this. Well, that's all I have for you today. Do let me know if you want to see more videos on such. I am thinking of daily routine, the auto-equip feature for load and save planned for memory. And will, some endgame content, for example, Combat Maelstrom Challenge. Might include some gameplay for those soon, perhaps. I believe this should be good enough for basic understanding of this game mode. Until next time, keep gaming and spreading those good vibes. Peace out.